everybody, and welcome to the Rule Bender. As always, I shall be your host, Ian Canfield. Quick disclaimer, this channel is intended for adults. If you are a minor, please parental guidance is advised. Now, the last video I spoke about starting out as a DM, how to create your own adventure. Today I shall be joined by two of my friends. And we are going to run through a little session that I'm going to make up off the scratch. This is a very cheap, basic way to play D&D. All I have with me is a character sheet and some dice. I will put a picture of the character sheets in the description of the video, and it is 3.5 setting. However, the same thing is going to apply for 5th edition. When you have an understanding of the rules, this is going to be very simple for you and very straightforward to follow. 5th edition rules don't differ that much. It's just that different statistics are called different things. In the future, I shall run a video on character creation for both 3.5 and 5th edition. But just before I start, here's a little item that helps me a lot when it comes during my campaigns. Again, this was very cheap. It was £6 off Amazon. And what it is, it's an initiative tracker. So you can see whose turn it is. So in Dungeons & Dragons, you roll for initiative. You'll hear that phrase a lot because that's when combat starts. Everyone will roll a d20 and they will add their dexterity modifier, which is their initiative. The highest roll determines who goes first. This little thing here plugs together and it comes with these little tags that clip in, and you can write people's names and they wipe off, so you can do whatever. You can write their character names, you can write their names, whichever one is your preference, and it will help you keep track of whose turn it is, or add in the monsters and stuff. It's a great help for those who are DMing, rather than having another extra bit of paper on your side. But without further ado, to introduce my friends who have just joined me after work. So, my cameraman Dave and my friend Miles. So come on over, guys. Come and join me. So, this is Miles. This is Dave. You might want to come in a bit closer, guys. Squeeze it in, just so you can be seen. Hopefully we can be seen. Okay, so these are good friends of mine and some of my most frequent players. We are going to be running through a little imaginary session. So the character sheet that I mentioned is a guardsman, which is right in front of me, and we have a set of dice. So, guys, you are a guardsman of the Hendron military. Okay? The capital city is Hendron. It is an industrial town with wide streets and very condensed buildings, narrow pathways and lots of alleyways. Criminal organisations manifest in the cities everywhere, and it's up to you guys to hold the peace. You have been working for a long day and you're coming towards the end of your watch. Both of you are heading towards the barracks. You are clad in full plate armour with a blunderbuss and a sword and shield. Okay? The streets are dark. A few lanterns still light some of the ways. Patrons are coming out of the taverns, and the air is thick from the smell of coal from the factories. The rain starts trickling down and tinking off your armour. Ding, ding, ding. So you start quickening the pace. As you walk through the city streets, you hear a squeal coming from one of the alleys. What do you do?
I want to roll for a listen check to determine the direction that it's come from.
Okay, so this is a skill check. Okay, listen checks are based on skills, and in 3.5, well, in 5th edition it'll be known as a perception, and there's different types of perception checks. in 3.5 is a straight up listen check. So roll that d20 for me, please, Dave. Okay, 8.
18.
Oh, 18. Yep, so we got an 18. We got a good high roll. Okay, so with a good high roll, definitely a success. Okay, you will have modifiers on your DM screen or you'll make up in your mind of what sort of roll you'll need to pass this certain check. So with your listen check, you determine that the sound is coming from the right. The alley is dark and no light is shining down the alley. What do you do?
Check for traps.
Okay, checking for traps. Okay, this is a common thing, but mainly for rogues. Okay, they're the ones with the trap findings ability and barbarians. We'll go through the classes on the character creation video. So go ahead, Miles. Okay, he got a 1, which is a critical fail. Okay, it's the lowest roll you can make. So you don't find any traps. Okay, I want you to both roll me a will save. Okay, and there you go, there's a dice for you.
19.
19, we've got another high roll.
17.
And 17. Okay, the dice are back with you.
Yes.
Right, okay, high rolls. Okay, you start feeling a little confident, okay? Even though it's towards the end of your watch, you're feeling a bit harder, you're feeling a bit brave, okay? You already put some past patrons in their place and you've already solved a few issues in the town. So you both bravely head towards the alley. You get towards the alley and like I said, there's not much light, okay? You get a bit further down and you see 2 shadowy figures just past you, okay? They're probably about 10-20 feet away, okay? You can't make out their features, just the shadowy silhouettes. And you see a glimmer of a metallic object in the centre mass of one of the shadowy figures. I want you to both roll me a spot check, please. We'll move that out of the way for you.
I got a 12.
Okay, what did you get? The dice are not with you today, my friend. Miles got a 3. So Dave got a 12. Pardon me. Plus his spot check. Okay, so now, Dave, you notice that glimmer of the metallic object was in fact a blade. Okay, quite a short blade. Miles, unfortunately, you can't tell nothing. You see the glimmer and you're like, wait, what? What's happening? Okay, so Dave, what do?
I draw my longsword.
Yep.
So I get my longsword out, and
you also have a heavy steel shield as part of your armour.
Yeah.
So you got your shield as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put my arm up, and obviously command who I am. That I'm with Miles and all. We're the guardsmen.
So an intimidation check?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me exactly what you say for the intimidation check.
Just that we are the guardsmen, we hold precedence here. I can see you've got a blade, undraw it.
Cool, go for it.
15.
15, okay, plus his intimidation check. Now, the intimidation check is one of the checks for the fighters. Okay, so the guy turns to you from a shadowy face that you can't make out the features. All of a sudden you see these burning red eyes that almost look like embers of fire look towards you in your direction, and the target starts to flee. Okay, he starts to make his way further down the alley. The other shadowy persona drops to the floor. What do you guys do?
One of us has to give chase, and the other one has to find out what's happened to the person that's dropped to the floor. What would you rather do, mate?
Well, I can't chase him because my rolls are terrible at the moment. I'll probably fall over.
Trip over your shoelace.
I'll check the body if you want to chase
I'll
after.
do the chase. You check the body to see what's happened to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so Dave, you give chase. I want you to roll me a reflex save since you're quickly trying to sprint, okay?
4.
Okay, Dave, You quickly try and chase over the target, but you trip over your own feet. And you are taking 5 points of damage, okay, from falling on the floor. Miles, you go over to the body, and as you get closer, you start making out the features of that of a woman, okay? She is in a long dress, clutching a handbag, and you see a little bit of blood coming from her midsection behind her bag. What do you do?
Check for ID, you check for... see if I know the person, see who it is. ID and identification, anything like that.
Okay, go for it. So this would be a gather information check.